What's up guys, Jason here. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a simple and efficient Minecraft Bedrock raid farm. This farm works on all platforms of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. As you guys can see here, this farm produces a ton of totems, emeralds, enchanted books, and other great loot. For this farm you'll need 1 hopper, 1 slab, 1 bed, 3 signs, 2 chests, 2 glass blocks, 2 stacks and 2 ladders, 1 water bucket, 1 lava bucket, 1 stack and 3 leaves. By the way, you can get leaves by mining them with shears. And finally, about 7.5 stacks of solid blocks. You can use any type of solid block you want except for solid blocks that burn. A couple examples of solid blocks that don't burn are smooth stone or cobblestone. The first step is to choose an area to make this farm at. You need to make this farm at least 100 blocks away from any villagers, beds, or workstations. Once you have chosen an area to make this farm at, build up 130 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once you have built up 130 blocks, go back down here. Now place ladders from here to the top of this pillar. These ladders will allow you to easily access the farm. By the way, the reason why we're making this farm high in the air is to prevent raid mobs from spawning around it while you use it. After you're done placing those ladders, place 1 leaf block over here. Then place a leaf block over here and a leaf block over here as well. Now place 3 leaves over here. 1, 2, 3. Then fill in this outline with leaves. By the way, the reason why we're placing leaves is because raid mobs don't spawn on leaves. The next step is to break this block. Then crouch down and place 2 chests over here. Then crouch down and place a hopper at the spot. Make sure the nozzle of that hopper is pointing downwards towards that chest. That hopper will collect the loot and funnel it into that collections chest. Now crouch down and place a leaf block over here. Now place 4 blocks over here, 3 blocks over here, and 4 blocks over here. After you have done that, crouch down and place a slab at this spot. Then temporarily place a block over here. Now place 2 glass blocks like this. Then break this block. Those glass blocks will allow you to see the mobs that fall into this chamber. The next step is to place 18 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. After you have placed those 18 blocks, go down here. Now place 18 blocks at each of these other spots. After you're done with that step, the farm should look like that. The next step is to place a solid block at each of these spots. Then place 4 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now go to this spot. Then place 4 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now fill in that outline with solid blocks. Once you're done with that step, the farm should look like that. The next step is to place 8 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then extend this wall around this platform. After you're done with that step, the farm should look like that. The next step is to place leaves on this wall. Those leaves will prevent raid mobs from spawning on the walls. The next step is to go down here. Then count up 2 blocks from this spot. 1, 2. Now place a sign over here. Then place a sign over here and a sign over here as well. Now place lava at this spot. That lava will automatically kill the ravagers in this farm. By the way, it's really important that you place that lava at the correct height. Make sure to place 3 blocks above this hole. The next step is to place water in this corner. As you guys can see there, that water should flow like that. It will push all the raid mobs over there. By the way, all the raid mobs besides ravagers will get pushed into the kill chamber. The next step is to go down here. Then temporarily place 12 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then place a block over here. Now place a bed at this spot. After you have done that, place 3 leaves over here, 3 over here, 2 over here, and 1 at this spot. Then place another layer of leaves like this. Once you have done that, place one more layer of leaves. At this point, break these blocks below the bed. It's really important that there are no blocks below that bed. Now bring a villager over to this chamber. I am now going to show you all how you can easily do that in survival mode. One easy way you can do that is by pushing a villager into a boat, then attaching a lead to it. You can then attach the lead to a happy guest and bring the villager up here. If you don't have a happy guest, another option is to transport a villager using a bubble column. To do that, first place some blocks like this. Then place a sign over here. Now go down here. Then place a block at each of these spots. Then extend each of these sides up until you get to that top part. Once you're done with that step, the farm should look like this. The next step is to place water over here. As you guys can see there, that water should flow like that. Now go back down here. Then place 2 blocks over here and 2 over here. Now break these 2 blocks. Then place 2 signs over here. Once the water has flowed down here, place kelp from here to the top. By placing this kelp, you will turn all the water into water source blocks. That will allow the bubble column to flow all the way to the top. Once you have placed that kelp, go back down here. Then break the bottom kelp. That should cause all the kelp to break. Now replace this block with soul sand. As you guys can see there, that should create a bubble column. Now go look for a villager. Once you have found a villager, place a boat next to it. Then push the villager into the boat. Now attach a lead to the boat and bring the villager over to the farm. Once you have brought the villager over here, place some blocks around it. Then break the boat and push the villager into the bubble column. As you guys can see there, the villager should end up getting pushed over there. At this point, fill in and break the bubble column. After you're done breaking the bubble column, the farm should look like this. The next step is to wait for it to turn nighttime. Once it turns nighttime, the villager should sleep in the bed. If your villager does not sleep in the bed, try breaking all beds at the village or villager breeder you got the villager from. Then place 2 leaves over here. As you guys can see here, when it turns daytime, the villager should get stuck in the leaves. It's really important that you create this leaf enclosure correctly. That will prevent raid mobs from spawning on the bed. I am now going to do a quick fly around so you can check and make sure I've made this raid farm correctly. Over here, there should be the kill chamber. Up here, there should be the villager chamber. Finally, up here, there should be the raid spawning area. Make sure all the water flows over there and make sure the lava is placed at that height. I'm now going to show you all how to use this farm. To use it, first get an ominous bottle. You can get ominous bottles by going to pillager outposts and killing pillager captains. Once you have an ominous bottle, stand on this platform and drink it. As you guys can see there, that will give you the raid omen effect. After a little while, a raid will spawn up there because this area is designated as a village. That is because there's a villager linked to a bed up there. As you guys can see here, a raid is now starting. The raid mobs will spawn in the water. They will then get pushed over to this kill chamber. You can then easily kill them. You can collect the XP over here and the loot will get funneled down into that Klaxon's chest. By the way, all the Ravagers that spawn will get killed by the lava. That is because they are too big to fall down here. This farm is a great, quick and easy way to get a lot of loot and XP. If you want to get more loot at a time, kill the mobs using a sword enchanted with looting 3. As you guys can see here, the raid is not complete. You can collect all the loot in this chest. If this farm does not work for you, make sure your world difficulty is not set to peaceful. I recommend you set your world difficulty to normal or hard. If raid mobs spawn outside this farm for you, try switching your world simulation distance to 4 chunks. You can do that by leaving the world, then going into the world settings. If you don't want to do that, another option is to cover any areas where they spawn outside the farm with leaves. If you want to learn how to easily get a ton of ominous bottles to use in this farm, I recommend you check out my automatic ominous bottle farm tutorial that is linked in the description. By the way, this raid farm only works on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. I hope you all enjoyed learning how to make this simple and efficient Minecraft Bedrock raid farm. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other Minecraft videos. Thanks for watching.